create work-life balance? I know you have an interest in winemaking. Is that right? I mean, when did that happen? How did that happen?
Well, that's actually a funny story, but all good things in life just kind of happen by happenstance. And, as you know, working for Kaiser, we had some year-end projects that we had to do where we had to be collaborative with other departments.
Yeah.
And we were striving to find something a little more creative. And, again, being here over 20 years, I've spent many a conference time or many a time with other departments breaking down the silo barriers in the basement of the hospital with no windows after hours. And I thought, there has to be a better way. So I was talking to one of our neurologists who actually happens to have a property up in the foothills. And I think he said about 7 acres of Syrah grapes. And he said, well, my Syrah grapes need to be harvested. And I think he's tired of doing them himself. So we said, well, let's make wine together. So we got neurologists, some HBS docs, some emergency medicine physicians, and we got together at daylight one morning, just first dawn, and we came out with our little shears. We literally hand-picked over a ton of grapes.
Wow.
Crushed them, destemmed them at the same day, and then, but all the time while you're, going down the vineyard clipping grapes, you get to get some very good and interesting conversations.
Yeah.
And as you try to break down the barriers, there's something about you just can't get mad at your colleague over something when you're picking grapes. You just can't,
Yeah.
So we started with that, and that first batch actually tasted okay. It wasn't vinegar,
Yeah.
and I thought I have a friend who makes wine and sells it to the local restaurants, and I brought it over to him, and he said, this isn't half bad. So I decided to go again and give it another try this last year. And luckily, we have a Dr. Herringer in our emergency department, and Herringer Wineries happens to be right down in Clarksville, across from Bogle Winery.